Get your morning started the right way with the AM Caffeine Morning Show.
AM Caffeine Show. AM Caffeine Show, what up? It's your boy DOC.
It's your girl Marlo J.
And DJ Smooth Melody.
And DJ Smooth Melody. You know what, guys? I'm still not used to this Zoom crap. Like, it still throws me off. It feels like there's a delay. What'd you say, Marlo?
I'm used to it.
Yeah, well, you know, you're in every party. You're at D Nice's house every night. You are,
First of all, you're going to rephrase that.
What?
I'm in quarantine every night. You're not going to have me at D Nice's house every night.
That's where you be at. Every time I hit you, like, oh, I just got to D Nice's house. I can't talk right now.
Okay, that's not what I ever said. I said I got to D Nice's IG.
Oh, okay. My bad. AM Caffeine Show. So today, we have Marlo J's watch list, right, Marlo? We have that coming up?
We do. And if you don't know what Marlo J's watch list is, it's what you should be watching and what you will be watching once I tell you what to watch. And this one is a moo-moo. A moo-moo
okay.
Like,
and then we have, are you still talking? Okay, let me know when you're done. My bad. You done?
No, because I don't even know if everybody heard me, so never mind now. Go ahead. You got it.
And then, of course, we have Smooth D's Donut Song of the Day. Smooth D, what you got?
Yeah, I got something new, hot and fresh off the press coming to you later in the show.
And before we get to all that, we have a special guest today. She's in a film project right now that's on Netflix, but she has stuff going on Comedy Central, been in a bunch of, like some of my favorite shows, like the fact that she was on Modern Family, which is one of my favorite shows. She's just all over the place. The one and only. So I want to make sure I don't mess this up, because if anybody messed up my name, we're going to have problems. Shakira Janae Paye. Is that correct? Shakira!
Did you hit it with a...
Shakira, how are you? First and foremost, like I said, when you first came on, I think your hair is super dope. Marlo, why don't you take some tips?
First of all, I did wear my hair like that, and you told me it looked nasty. So was it just on her it looked cute?
Yeah. It did look nasty on you. On her, it looked fantastic.
Color and everything. I mean, and he complimented you on yours. You know, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Oh, you such a hater. Oh my God.
So Shakira, you have this movie that's cracking right now, All Day and a Night on Netflix. How did that come about?
Shoot, I've been in LA for a minute and just auditioning for Kim Coleman. She does Dear White People, and she does a lot of movies with Black majority cast. And yeah, so I went in and, had a great audition and got a call back. I didn't hear anything for about a month, so I just assumed I didn't get it. And then I was on my way to Oakland and just about to shoot a movie.
So they actually shot it in Oakland?
Mm-hmm. We shot in Oakland.
How authentic.
Yes.
Go ahead, Doc.
Shouts out to my family.
Oh, Small Day, you representing Oakland.
I got family in the Oaktown, so I had to represent one time. And the hyphy movement.
Yes, let's get hyphy.
So I know that you do a lot in comedy and sketch comedy. How is it when you making that transition for, doing stuff that's a little more serious? How was that for you?
I think, especially the people that are close to me now are the shock. Like, they're shocked. They're shook. They're like, you doing a drama? Because I've been so heavy in the comedy world. I do sketch comedy with improv comedy. So it's a little different. I don't do stand-up. I'm on stage with a group of girls and we're writing the jokes in the moment on our toes. And but I went to acting school before I even started doing a comedy or improv and all that. So before it was just like, all right, I'm going to be an actor. And then I started to lean into comedy when I was like, oh, I like this. Oh, okay, I can write a joke. Okay, I can do this with a group of friends. And there are no other Black girls doing really improv comedy. So at first I was like, well, where are my people? And then I found a group and then I got into it. So
that's Obama's other daughter, right?
Yeah, Obama's other daughters.
I've been trying to go, but it's always sold out. But whatever, you know what I'm saying?
No. Oh wait, girl.
Yeah, hold on.
Have you ever emailed the person who's directing the show to see if you could get in when it says sold out? We have 300 seats.
People now. I know people. Okay.
You got VIP access.
You can look at the Eventbrite though. You got to look at the Eventbrite, and if it says it's sold out, then hit me up. I'll tell you.
Pew, pew, pew. Done and done.
So, question for you.
I'm not gonna hit you up. I'm not gonna hit you up if it's not sold out because I'm gonna support.
Thank
you.
You
Get what I'm saying? See what I did
Marlo
there?
is thirsty. As soon as we get off of here, she's gonna be texting you for sure.
Whatever. We friends now. What?
Exactly.
So Shakira taking
hey,
it.
my friend.
Shakira, taking it back a step further, like when you went into your world of improv, I knew you before even improv, right?
Yeah.
So how did you wind up at KJLH?
Adiana Vega she lived in my building, and we used to work out together. And at that point, I was I wasn't in the union yet. I was just moving to LA, trying to make friends. And she was like, "You want to be on the radio?" And I was like, I mean, I really want to be on TV, but the radio's closed. Adjacent.
I'll start with sound. Right.
Yeah. I was like, it's something. So I started doing the internship at KJLH. And I was over there for 6 months to a year doing that?
Right.
Yeah.
So
I learned something. I didn't even know that, Smooth D.
Right. So
sorry.
Nice people.
So part of the reason your journey started at KJLH is because that guy up there.
Who, me?
That guy right there.
Oh, me.
Had a big blow up with the show host and left.
Oh, she was on there with Ricky Waters?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was on Ricky. But I started.
That's why, right there. Because you're not a nice person. E to the O to the C.
Me?
Well, no. In this situation, it was a little bit justified. I'm the goofy that tried to hang on and stayed longer than Doc did. So
yes, goofy. And I gave him. That's a whole nother show.
Goofy.
Yeah, he's goofy for that.
I wasn't a part of any of the politics. It was an unpaid internship.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, you can't really tell me what to do because you're not paying me. So
yeah, I was going to 3 minutes back good night. 3
Shakira, where are you from?
What's up?
Where are you from, Shakira?
I'm from Baltimore.
Come on, Baltimore. When I tell you about the 17th person I met in the last 2 years from Baltimore, I feel like y'all had a meeting and everybody's like, okay, so we all going to LA, right?
It seems like my barber is from Baltimore, and I always hear all the stories, just how rough Baltimore really is. And a matter of fact, I was talking to him today, and he was just saying just how when he was coming up, how bad like the drugs were, and it just really seemed like there was to kind of hard to get out of that. Like, how was it for you? How was that journey not getting involved in some of those things and making your way to LA? Yeah, so I'm from Baltimore County, so it's a little bit less violent. Like, it's adjacent to it. Baltimore is very small, so you can kind of get in the city and not be. You can mix in pretty easily, but I went to school in Rosedale, and even when we did move to the city, I kept using my aunt's address in the county. My mom was like, "Nah, those city girls will beat you up," and I was like, "No, they won't." And then I went to a county middle school, and I was like, "If this is how it is in the county, shoot." My mom was right about Chickapin and Winston. It's just like different energy. But I did go to theater in the city, and I'll say you just need somebody in your life that loves you and believes in you and is there. Like, even when you see in that movie, I don't want to spoil too much, but the lead character, like, one of the things. Oh, honey, I think I'm about to spoil it with the questions. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to. Spoil it a little bit, but. Okay, so one of the questions that we had on our group chat was like, so did she find the money or no? Oh yeah, she found the money. She found the money. Okay,
right, I tripped off that too. Like.
And then too, you remember he was like, "Your girl is good" when he in that letter, or when he was talking to somebody in the jail. At one point, he was like, "I'll take care of you, girl." So your girl. And she also said that. Okay, that may be telling. No, because it starts with him there. Okay, nonetheless, does he have life? Oh yeah. Oh damn! I lost that bet. Oh. Yeah. I mean. I'm assuming. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think it actually said it in the script. I think based
I
on.
said that. I said I don't remember it saying it. And and she was saying, one of my girlfriends was like, it's a kind of a given that he'll be there.
Yeah.
And I was like, but she's not gonna be going back and forth in there for all his life. She's not gonna do that.
That's love.
She's gonna be there all day and 100 nights.
And the night.
Right.
I was like, that's whack. I don't want her to do that for him. I don't want her.
I know. I don't.
So okay, so this is my thing. Well, first of all, how long did the movie take to make?
So the schedule was really like August 1st till September 15th of 2000. We shot it in 2018. So even just it coming out during a pandemic, like I couldn't have predicted this. I was thinking in my head, like, when are they gonna put this movie out? Like, it's so long. And it came out the perfect time. People are stuck at home, and it's number 5 on Netflix right now. But it took us about 7 weeks. We didn't have a ton of time to shoot the whole entire thing. And I'm not in everything, so Ashton was working every day, and I was just like in my hotel, just checking out new little restaurants in Oakland, and then going to set and being like, oh, I'm refreshed. Had a little
working. That's crazy.
Time to but it was about 7 weeks, which isn't long for a movie, especially for how long the movie is. It's about 2 hours.
And have you ever been on so you've done a couple of things with some really heavy hitters. Have you ever been in a role that felt that it was a struggle acting with that person? Like that person is not giving you anything and you've got to stay in character and you've got to push to finish it.
Yeah. So the things that people don't see the journey of, like, oh, I'm going into 100 rooms with casting directors who read like this and aren't looking at you and giving you absolutely nothing and you crying in front of them. You give them everything. You like, you know what I mean? Like you putting on a whole show and they're just like, all right, messing up their lines sometimes, you know? Yeah. So like, I feel like just that process of being an actor, you get so many no's before you get yeses, and being able to stay in your character, bring what you worked on, what you know you can do. I mean, even in the fight scene that I have in the movie, I had to do that in the audition room with the casting director, and I loved him.
That was crazy.
But but it wasn't Ashton. Like that, the difference between Kim acting and Ashton acting. Ashton's a professional actor, so I'm not going to get the same thing, the opportunity. You got to be able to do that. You got to pull from yourself.
Right.
Audition. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Marlo. You had something else. Go ahead.
You saw I was double dutching.
I saw you I saw you lean in. Go. You was double dutching. Go ahead.
Did you ever do any Did you ever do one of those acting troupes, those improv troupes like Groundlings or anything before you got with Obama's other daughters?
Oh, we're UCB based. So UCB is it's like Groundlings. There's UCB. There's Second City. So that's one of the main theaters. Amy Poehler is one of the creators of the UCB theater. So, yeah.
So Obama's other daughters is under UCB?
Yeah, we took classes there, and basically somebody put on Facebook like, hey, any black girls want to do improv together? Because none of us seen any other black girls. It's like, it's a very much, nerdy-ish white boy kind of sport. So, somebody posted it, and I was like, y'all can come to my house. And then I had black girls in my living room just doing improv, and then some people realized it wasn't for them, or they wanted to do other things, and then we got down to the final 4, and but it's interesting how excited and eager the people that showed up wanted to like be a part of something, because every other team, I was on a team with 3 white women before that, which was fine. I was having fun, but I definitely couldn't talk about my hair, or I couldn't talk about the, set it off, or I couldn't talk about, like, they just don't know your references, but I'm supposed to know every Star Wars movie.
Right, that might be Biden's daughters.
They said Biden's daughters.
Biden's daughters.
It's like, so that was the difference between playing with, girls who I'm like, oh, I just went to Pico and La Brea and got some, some hair, or just picked up this, or just did that. Like they've seen this movie that's on my shirt, like, And that's just a few cultural things that help when you're creating stuff on stage together, writing jokes in the same moment. If you don't know any of my references, you're not gonna get what I think is funny about this, and you can't really help me make it funnier. So we got to play generic improv. When you
started doing improv, were you always writing, or did that start to happen more through the process?
The writing, I wrote my first web series in 2010. Mm-hmm. I didn't stick to it like Issa did. I know.
What was it called?
Was that Photobomb?
No, Photobomb was 2015 or 14. Okay. Probably 2014.
That was my introduction to you doing comedy. I was like, huh?
Oh, look at us.
But it was funny. I fool with it.
Thank you.
Oh, look at us. We know things. That's cool. What was
the first one?
The 2010 one cat named?
Okay, it's called Cali Dreamers, but y'all gonna have to. It's hard to find for a reason.
On purpose.
It's in the back of YouTube. It's in the back.
Yeah.
It's in the archives.
Like you don't even need to find that one. And then I did another one called Slag. So for those, that was how I got into writing, just like creating content for me to perform. And and then Obama's Other Daughters, we started writing our sketches, which you can find on Comedy Central. And I think that's awesome. But yeah, so and then
Slag. What is slag?
Slag.
For? Does that mean something?
Silly LA girls. Silly LA girls.
Oh.
So
you're not in that. You're not part of that ensemble.
No, I am.
I wrote Compton.
You did, but I'm saying because it's silly. Marlo should probably should
be.
Yeah.
And that right there, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm from Compton. I'm gonna make sure that I differentiate. I'm from Compton.
Season 2.
So yeah, we're real Compton City G's, real Compton City girls.
Shouts out to Eazy-E.
So I just want to touch on the writing. When did you start to realize? Because as you said, the very first thing you did. You can't find it, and you can't find it for a reason. When did you start to gain confidence? Like, you know what, my writing is getting better, and what is that? And what is that process as a writer?
So, I feel like I really went to school for writing when. The hardest part about writing is doing it, like sitting down and writing, making yourself do the work. I started making myself do the work on my own, and then I got on a UCB team as a writer, a sketch comedy writer. Sorry, y'all, that's my cat breaking my house apart. So I got on a team as a writer, and every week we met up, we pitched ideas, what we thought was funny, and then we would go home and write it on our own and then get feedback on it. So I did that for 2.5 years, and the muscle just got stronger, at least with sketch writing. And also you build your confidence when you like stand backstage and you hear the laughs, like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I can write. It takes me a little time. Let me get better. Putting in reps. I mean, it took, I was on a team for 2 years. And then the team that I just got on for my 3rd year, Corona happened, so we slowed down. And then Obama's Other Daughters, with our stuff, I wrote a pilot for us originally that was not ready. But people came to our show and they'd be like, all right, y'all funny. What y'all got? What can you do? So at the time, none of us were writing together. So I wrote something just so we have it, but it wasn't strong enough. And then now as a team, we write together and we have a, strong pilot that we're working with Comedy Central on.
Do you ever go on set and after reading a script or looking at a scene, ever go to the writers and be like, I was thinking, maybe you want to do this instead? Do you ever suggest?
You mean, do I go in and get myself fired? Do I get fired on the first day? Marlo, is that what you're asking me? She said,
you mean, do I keep a job? No, I know how to keep a job. I know how to keep a job.
Okay. Because I'm not Kanye West and writers on shows that I'm not executive producing. Right.
I mean, you did a great job with this, but
let me tell you. No, I haven't done that yet. But,
Have you thought of it? Have you ever been cast on something you were like, this would be much funnier, or this would be so much better if?
Sometimes you get cast and you can play. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, you can that line a little bit. Some shows are like, no, you better get every line. Like Modern Family, like, no. Did she say this instead of them?
Really? Modern Family feels like just from watching it, it feels like they would give you room to kind of
the leads for
maybe
sure.
the leads. Yeah.
You said no. They have room.
Right.
Yes. But if you go on to be a supporting character, you follow the script, you know. I feel like with All Day and the Night I had a little more room. Like even in our fight, I know we bounced around a few times because we were just so into the moment. So
even in some of the dialogue, I was like, somebody did not write that. Somebody just had to say that. Nobody wrote that. Because how you write that? How you write in them? How you write in them? You can't write in them.
And them?
You would write in them, but you ain't writing them. You ain't do that. Okay, one last thing. Recast The Wiz with current rappers and singers.
Current, okay. All right. I mean, I guess if we gonna go currently, he's not like entertaining. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to put people.
Who's Dorothy?
Who's Dorothy?
Yes.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Megan. That's who I picked.
It's Dorothy. Okay. I was gonna say
the Scarecrow. Too big. Because the Scarecrow is her sidekick. That's her best friend in this blend of eyes.
I would say the baby would be the 10 man.
The 10 man?
DJ Khaled.
Platinum Man.
I'm really lying.
Oh, that's good.
That was good.
Yeah.
Who's the Scarecrow?
Scarecrow. I would say Wiz Khalifa. Am I supposed to pick rappers, right? Wiz Khalifa,
You can pick rappers, singers.
Oh, rappers and singers.
He's very langular, like really lanky.
Yeah. And I would say the Wiz would be low key. Like the Wiz is like the bad guy, right? Maybe Nicki Minaj.
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda. I mean, there's some backstory to it, but kinda.
Yeah, like they're behind the mask. I mean, maybe Nicki Minaj. Her monster.
That's a good little twist. That's a little twist. Okay, wait. You got to do the witches. Who's the good witch? Who's the bad witch?
Ooh, the good witch. Would be, these people aren't as popular, but I like them. So I'm gonna say I'm Doja Cat, and the bad witch would be Rico Nasty. And that's
Rico Nasty.
Yeah. Because in her one song, she's like,
what fools are Rico?
She curses.
How about that? Okay.
You might want to be a casting director. You might need to be a casting director.
Low key.
Yeah, low key.
I was like, shoot.
That'd be a great show.
Yes. So what's next for you? Do you have anything? I mean, obviously the state of the world right now, things are kind of very stagnant. But did you have anything else in the works that we can look out for? Were you auditioning? What was going on?
So with Obama's Other Daughters, we have a podcast coming out. It hasn't been announced yet. But we are in the process of closing the deal for it, which is super dope. It's going to be on iHeart.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's going to be on iHeart, and we're going to start probably pushing that by June, July.
June, July?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's
COVID what? COVID who? You know what
I mean? They were like, we got to send the mics to your house. And we were like, okay, as long as y'all come and set them up too.
Okay. My mic size is medium. I need a medium mic.
I need this height. Do all the stuff.
That's dope.
I need a big ring light. Yeah. Thanks.
Great. How is your family or folks back home? Is that where people are still in Baltimore? How are they taking to the fact now? Like, of course, they've seen you in different things, but like it's a Netflix film, a Netflix project.
Oh, my cousin just called me. My cousin just called me, who I'd never met, but she was like, "Hey, cousin."
Let me hold something.
You made it.
I've been trying to reach out to you. It's crazy.
He said, I sent you a message on Instagram and Facebook, but you haven't responded. And I was like, I got a bunch of messages, and I didn't really. Sorry, what did it say? And she was like, I got your number from Aunt Cookie, and she said that you in LA and I'm an actor too, and this is how we are cousins. And we actually never met her. And I was
just gonna say sis,
yep.
That means you on now. Help me out, put me on, sis. Cousin, put me on. You know what I'm saying? You on now. You rich?
Yeah.
With you? That's what that means.
Me too. I was like, shoot, y'all just giving out numbers. Make sure
right.
Giving out my phone number. I mean, that's one, but all right. But yeah, no, the family's excited. They love the movie. They relate to the movie, and you know, and they see the journey. Because I mean, you met me in 2010. I was we did that right in 2010. It's 2020, and you know, it's a marathon. It really
I'm telling you right now, the cousins that didn't like you, they telling all their friends you their cousin right now. They like, have you seen my cousin movie?
The friends.
Have you seen my cousin movie? Because
like, you like me, but you posting. I appreciate it. Share it.
So dope. So I appreciate you stopping in today. Let folks know how they can find you and all your other cousins that haven't found you yet. How can they find you as well? I mean, are you heavy on all the social media stuff? I mean, I know it's kind of part of, you know, what you have to do, but yeah, let folks know.
Yes, you can find me at Shakira, SHAKIRA, Janae, JANAI_ on Instagram, and Shakira Janae Paye on Facebook, and Shakira Paye on Twitter.
There it is. Your third cousin on your grandfather's side will be, I'm sure, will be
marriage. Right.
No, that was like the math of it, though. It really.
Oh my God.
I felt like Tupac just showed up to the cookout.
Probably like, cousin Lucky. Yes.
Thanks so much for hanging with us. The AM Caffeine Show. Coming up next, we have Marlo J's Watch List, and of course, we have Smooth D's Donut Song of the Day. Thank you.
Bye, Shakira.
Bye.
Bye.